Welcome everybody to the Peasants Podcast. Get comfortable as we sit around the fire and chat everything DayZ. We will be joined by our podcast team, TikTok creator Smiley's Got a Gun, long-term player Mr. ADKQ, long-term player Mr. Noah, and of course our chat moderator Queen Peasent. Our guest on the panel this week is Twitch streamer Heavy Hustle. His main game he likes to play is DayZ, but he does stream other games as well. He likes to play DayZ for the crazy and wild encounters he gets into with the most randomest of people, which is one of the things we absolutely love about DayZ. Don't forget, people in the chat and those in the comments section, drop your thoughts and, of course, your opinions on our subject. We also may have a few special guests for our group chat. But welcome, everybody, to the Peasants Podcast. As I said, we got a Heavy Hustle in. We have had another submission for our studio, so next week we will have another studio to rock in. But let's get on with the show.
I thought I'd try a new diet, so it's been working out pretty well.
That's it, spitting it out. That's all it is.
Yeah, just have some metal inside you, huh?
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
For those,
Jeremy.
I don't know how he's stacking
Shit,
shit up
is it
in
already-
the middle.
What time is it? Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Oh,
Lemons
fucking late.
has too much time on his hands.
That's it.
That's what that says.
Oh, that's lemons.
Oh, sorry, Jeremy.
I'm so confused. Who is the other person?
Yep, and
Hello,
you
other
just,
person.
Jamie.
got yourself a little... That is the weirdest shit in the planet.
Wait. Okay.
Anyway, I'm very late. I apologize. I don't know what the fuck happened. I actually don't know what the fuck happened. Still. Ah, shit. Sit down! Fuck, wrong remote. Shit, I'm not prepared. I'm sorry.
No, well, you've been
hello,
here for the last 20 minutes walking around.
That's it.
Like, so
Yeah.
That's weird.
You
as.
fucking bastards almost beat me to death, yeah? You almost beat me to death, cut me, I was bleeding out of my asshole for fucking 10 minutes until I got bandaged. Didn't have a bandage on me.
Snitches
And
get
cut
stitches.
or whatever.
That's it.
Snitches
You should be
get
here
stitches.
promptly. All right, let's kick off the show. Welcome, everybody. We've got a full panel today. Well, we got 4.5 people.
Well, more of a quarter. It's just a floating hit, I
Just
think.
to float ahead with on a baseball bat. The things you can do in DayZ, eh?
I think we should count Q as a whole person. So just saying.
Thanks, Noah. Thanks.
Oh, crack me up. All right, well, let's do our panel introduction. We'll go right to left. First of all, Mr. Noah's right on the end there. Good morning, Mr. Noah.
Guten Morgen, ich habe heute eine ganze Flasche Wein getrunken. 1,99 Aldi Wein, es hat richtig reingekickt. Was geht bei euch?
Yes.
Das ist gut.
I mean, I'm sure he said basketball at the end.
That's what I thought he said. Hope we shoot hoops.
What's
high.
up with you guys? What is it?
I'll do the Australian version.
That's it. And then next to him is Smiley's Got a Gun. Morning, bruv.
Morning, g'day mate, how's it going? Yeah, how's your morning been? Getting out, getting some waves this morning. Yeah, it's been awesome. Yeah, let's hit this show and play some basketball. That's pretty well what you said. The Australian, you got to do the New Zealand version.
That's it.
Yeah, I'll give you the Kiwi version.
And then next to her is our resident thug, Mr. Q. Morning, Q.
Oh, gee, bro, how's it going, brothers, eh? Just been out kicking ball with a bro, shoot some hoops here too, Mickey, yeah.
That's hectic. All right. And then we've got a gap in our seats, and then we have Mr. Heavy Hustle, our guest for today's panel. Hello, Mr. Heavy Hustle.
Yep. Hello, it's the high flying heavy hustle here.
That's the,
Welcome.
that's the way. That's the way. And our floating head with a pile of trash on his head. That's Mr. Lemons. Who knows how he's done what he's done?
How's it going? Got a moose on a loose in the caboose, eh?
There you go.
Playing basketball.
Play basketball.
Playing basketball.
I just said I did not say basketball, alright? Basketball is something completely different. I was just asking, how are you guys doing? Not basketball.
So basically, he said basketball. That's what
That's
I'm hearing
it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Post.
pretty hectic. All right. Well, we're going to dive into a little bit of our guest. Mr. Heavy Hustle is
Yes, let's dive into him.
Twitch streamer, TikTok creator. Currently kicking off on TikTok, trying to make a name for himself, grinding the TikTok run, as we all have to do. It's now a standard thing in life. First of all, Heavy, do you want to give us a little background on yourself?
Yeah, I'm heavy hustle. I've been gaming since basically Super Nintendo, you know. Started streaming like almost 2 years ago, but I was streaming Halo at the time.
Halo for
And,
the dub.
you know, and then like I don't know, just the game just kind of got stale, and I just came back to DayZ, and never went back. I guess still on the DayZ grind.
Very nice, very nice. And what was it that brought you to the Game DayZ? What drew you to the game? Especially from Halo too, being a match style first person shooter, and DayZ being a survival style.
Well, like I started playing PUBG when it first came out, and I kind of liked the battle royale, and I don't know. I just looked in YouTube. I was like, is there any like battle royales with zombies? And like DayZ came up, and I just tried it out, and I don't know. It's been pretty fun ever since. It was
That's
really hard at first, though, definitely.
100%. The learning curve definitely gets a few players. Separates the true survivalists or people who are very persistent from the rest. So when you run DayZ, do you prefer to run solo? Do you run a duo? Do you run groups?
It just depends, I guess. I do got like a duo. Um, her name's Epic Ranger. We always be running, I don't know, just custom servers most of the time.
Very
But
nice.
whenever, otherwise, yeah, I had to run it solo. But it's just me and a duo at the moment. We did have like a little group of like, I don't know, 12 people on at one point. It was pretty fun for like a straight month, and
Hectic. Big groups
yeah,
like that are a lot
it was
to
pretty
handle.
crazy.
As we like to say,
What
like,
happened
Yeah,
to
it was
them?
like it was like on a PvP server too, so it was crazy. What happened to them? Some of them switched to PC, and some of them wanted to do their own thing. You know, like Misfit Mommy was a little part of the group before she started streaming and all that. So and she just wants to do her own thing now. You know,
yep,
I don't know.
that's what happens.
Like we
People
haven't lost
venture their own
touch.
ways.
You know.
We don't. Once, we just always just be with the same peeps. We don't leave.
I don't
Yeah, well,
know.
they've actually kidnapped me. They won't let me leave.
Yeah. I tried to
help
say it. I tried to say it nicely. I was
Right.
like, I can't
Do you
leave.
two want the cattle prod again? I'll give you the crack cattle prod again. Shut up about that. They're perfectly fine and free to leave whenever they like.
Yeah. We're totally happy
You're
here.
in big shit later
Totally
on.
here by our own consent. We keep consent.
That's it. No gruel tonight. So, what's your go-to map? especially with Livonia open at the moment? Have you still stuck on the
Okay,
Chernus run,
so
or have you ventured across to
I
Livonia?
am, yeah. I played Livonia maybe just like quite a few times, but just Cherno is just, especially for Xbox. I think Cherno's there's more like people like who know what they're doing. I guess they've been playing Cherno for like how many years, you know?
That's a good point, because people are experienced in it and run it. It's still going to keep its popularity and its numbers up. Very good point. Do you have a home server, or what? Do you have servers that you prefer to play?
I did have like a home server. It was like I think it was called Agro PvP, but it like kind of died down, and I think the owner gave up the server. But we
Yep.
had like a little custom base, and it was really fun though. We had like yeah, like I said, we had like 10 people who would just come chill at the base, and I don't know, just go to Northwest and PvP, I guess.
Yeah, that's all. I suppose with a group, that's all you ever do is sit around, talk shit for 2 hours, and then go die after 30 minutes of running, and then do it all again. Go pick everybody up. Um, what are you looking forward
Although
to?
I do want to try some
Yeah,
like
yeah,
some role
fire.
playing servers though, but
Keen on the roleplay servers.
Ooh,
yeah,
which
I
ones have
haven't
you tried?
tried
Oh,
them.
yeah. Oh, I've heard
I think I
Hell's
only
Reach at the
tried
moment's popping off.
I only tried like that Raccoon City one, and that's about it. But I
Oh,
don't know how much of a RP role playing that one is, you know.
Well, have I got the server for you? Just hang around for the co-host takeover and you'll find out.
Q's busted
Yeah, because like
to plug out our RP server.
especially trying to role play on official, it's really hard. But like when you do it, the content is just gold. Like it's so funny.
Yeah, true. Being able to role
Yeah,
play in a
there
different
is nothing.
environment.
Well, it's that organic RP that you get that just seems to flow so much better than forced RP on roleplay servers, especially even a bad roleplay server.
100%. So what are you looking forward to in the new map?
Oh man, I do like the snow aspect because even though I do like play like a lot of the PvP servers, I do like playing like those survival servers where it's just like super cold and all that. So like the winter's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah,
And all the
nice.
new the frozen aspects.
Having to cook your food.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be frozen, right?
Yep, got to warm it up. Here's your duo here, Epic Ranger. Hello.
Oh yeah, she's the best.
But yeah, they're having to sit there and thaw your food out. People actually using fires. That's going to be hectic.
Yeah, can't wait to hear new Peaches stories. That's going to be great.
That's
With
it.
that trip on there, isn't it?
That'll be real.
It's all we're going to fucking hear.
That's it. He'll be in his element then, just talking about how they are.
Yeah.
Remember this? Are you? Do you do variety streaming? So do you stream other things apart from DayZ? What other games do you stream?
I do stream like other games at times. Like I'll stream Halo because it's still like one of my favorite shooters.
Yep.
Um, right now, like I'm doing this weird thing. Like I've been doing it for like a month now, where I bought UFC like 5, and like I'm creating all my supporters and chatters and viewers, and then even some of like the Twitch streamers I watch. Like I create them in the UFC, and like I have the AI like just take control of them, and I just commentate it. Like that's
Wait,
that's actually been like a
Like,
big
like
that's actually
celebrity
yeah.
deathmatch.
Yeah, it's actually a big hit. Like it's like I can't even keep up with chat. People are just blowing up the chat. It's crazy. People love the bloodshed, I guess.
So you're using taking a UFC, naming them streamers and stuff like that, and then pitting them together in AI fights.
Yeah, it's actually really funny. And then like we do like little polls and predictions, and like
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
yeah, and like my friends
Yeah.
actually they're like keep the fight records and like keep the stats. I'm like okay, I get like I'm all trying to do all this shit. All this stuff like organize the events. They keep asking me like, yo, when's the next pay-per-view? And it's like a weekly thing, and I don't know. It's pretty big though. People like it. It's funny.
Oh, that's I think you got yourself a little cool little idea there that I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, there's people from the DayZ community. Like I made Scrubby, Tsunami, Juan Jesus, um, Misfit, Misfit Mommy, and then like other people from just like from the Halo community as well. I also watch like GTARP,
Yep.
the people from GTARP. Like it's all a whole mix of communities just fighting it off in UFC. It's funny.
That's hectic. So what can we look forward to in future streams or TikToks?
So like so my DayZ content is just like I don't know. However I feel that day is I guess because I'll do a mix of both, just like PvP and official. And I do want to get into the RP servers because like I'll be doing this thing on official where I like just dress up and RP a nurse. It's so fucking funny because I have no idea what I'm doing. Like not at all. People would just expect me to heal or something because I'm a nurse.
uh, yeah, I don't mind adorning the nurse's outfit occasionally. It is a quiet taste for some of us.
There's greedy.
Yeah, that's it.
Pops up every now and then.
Just occasionally. It just comes out of the closet occasionally. And finally, anyone you would like to give a
Oh,
shout out? Oh, yeah, go.
oh, I was gonna say the defense, man. The defense is so funny.
I'm a big fan
We
of
wouldn't know.
Yeah, we don't know about defibs. They're the greatest thing in DayZ if you can land them. Or
Absolutely.
the worst thing if you get stung by them.
Absolutely.
100%. Anyone you would like to give a shout out to for helping you along the way of your journey?
Yeah. So like when I first started out, the DayZ content, like the first one who pointed me to the community was probably like the warden,
Yep, Mr. Warden,
and then
the booty
Never
man.
heard of him.
so yeah,
Yeah,
so big
I
shout
don't
out,
know.
big
Yeah.
shout out to him.
Haven't seen him for years. Feels like.
Actually, yeah, that's probably like more than a year ago, probably. But he pointed me to like a lot of cool people, like Blonde Jesus. He's hilarious. I love his content. And yeah, just showed me like who are the streamers in Twitch because I knew nothing about DayZ when I was starting to stream it because I was a big dude, you know.
Yep.
And shout out to Epic Ranger. She's always been there. She came from Halo with me as well. And she's like, well, I kind of played DayZ like a couple years before her, so I'm still teaching her the ropes, but she's definitely along for the ride. And yeah, shout out to the DayZ community. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, nice. Very nice. Very well said. Well, I'm going to hand over to our co-hosts, if they've got any questions for our guests.
Take it away, Q.
Alright, you were very prickly, so I'll let you lead.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. I don't mind leading. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
you lead. I'll take off after you.
So I decided actually, because we do have a lot of streamers on here, I thought this week I might have a little poke around, something I haven't done actually for a little while, and have a chat to just some random DayZ streamers that may not necessarily, have a lot of follows or known known ones, and yeah, and just have a little sort of not formal like interview with them or anything. Didn't sort of say, hey, can you answer some questions? Just thought I'd have a chat and see what I could poke out of them. In particular, some love stories, bruv.
Some love
And
stories.
I have the most. I have the most beautiful love story. But before I talk about this one that I found on a random streamer, I would like to ask these guys, Lemons, you've answered this question. Just make up a new one, okay? Just make up a new one. Okay, so my question is, tell us about, now you've mentioned Epic Ranger a lot, so I'm assuming, now when I say love story, I don't mean like, when we say love story, we don't mean like romantic, we just mean those, or can be romantic, but one of those stories that, you've had a moment in the game where it's just sort of, really touched the feels, really, really touched your bits deep down inside you, and you've gone, oh, giving in that nice vibe. So my question is, can you tell us a love story, maybe a love moment in DayZ?
Okay. So I have this big old thing, right? Me and Epic Ranger, we actually made love in DayZ, right?
Yeah, right.
Ooh.
Oh, wasn't expecting that.
That's it. Now you've delved into it, haven't you?
She's
He's
actually
standing up and
pregnant.
everything.
She's like, welcome to
She's
the
actually
family.
pregnant in DayZ, okay?
Yeah, right. So we took this role playing thing
So-
that you mentioned earlier.
but
You've
the-
really gotten into
But
it.
the
Yeah, right.
thing is, though, we don't know who the baby daddy is. There's like quite a few of them. So like, we kind of hired a co-host to host like a Jerry Springer show to find out who the
Uh-huh.
baby daddy is.
Yeah. And did you do the test?
That's as far as we're going. No, it's in schedule right now.
Oh, you're waiting for the big reveal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
DNA tests.
Yeah. No.
Whose
Yeah.
pixel was
Was
it?
this? Yeah. Well, this must have been the time when you were running
Yeah.
12 deep, was it?
I don't know why it's just a head G.
I don't want to
Is that
put
when
it on
happened?
blast or anything, but yeah, I have quite a few ideas who it could be. You know.
Yeah, right. So, how far along is she? This pregnancy, DayZ pregnancy. I don't think we've had a DayZ pregnancy, bruv, yet.
It's like 5 months now, so it's getting close. It's getting close.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
just over halfway. Nice. Yeah.
Maybe the start of infected children
Yeah,
being
kid.
their thing.
So,
Infected
so like
children.
Children.
Some sort of infection's gonna definitely would have happened with 12D.
so like when we were first at it, like like talking about it, like all our streams they'll just come in and be like, in my stream and her stream, they'll be like, yo, I'm the baby daddy. So like all the chatters, all the streamers, so it's people are actually into it,
Yes, I'm
They
into
wanna-
it. I'm invested. I'm invested in this story, in this love story. Yeah, right.
But yeah,
Nice. Okay,
to
so
be-
when
to-
is
to be
the
continued.
big... When are you revealing it on your stream, and when will this big reveal be? Who the baby daddy is?
Well, we were trying to have it like last month, but a lot of things were going on, like life, like IRL, and we just had to postpone it, and we gotta actually
Wait.
reschedule it again.
Did you say wife or life? Have you got a wife on the outside and a pregnant lady in DayZ?
Life with the L, yeah.
Oh, life. Okay.
Yeah. You think I'd be getting someone pregnant with a ring on it? Come on. Come on.
I don't know. You're telling the story, Abby. This is getting really good, though. I'm really liking this story.
It's a perfect episode
Yeah.
for Jerry for sure. Adds that extra flavour to it.
Definitely flavors
Yeah.
happening with this one. Yeah, so sorry, are you, you're scheduling that in? Is there a time that you'd like to advertise?
Yeah, do we have a big
this
event?
episode?
I want to see people get biffed
Yeah, do
on
you have an
Jerry.
event?
You can even have my chairs if
No,
you
like,
like. Look at those chairs.
I was gonna say we could have it. We could have it here. You could even have Jerry Greedy over there if you want.
it.
Oh my god, that would be perfect. I need a host because my host kind of like took a hiatus after Twitch. The one who I asked.
Ooh, TPP special, Jerry Springer.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
I'm down. You
Yeah.
know I'll be in the back charging. Grady, Grady, Grady.
I can't wait for the moment where he just walks up to someone and says, "You are not the father."
You
Oh, we all have to go.
Oh, that's it.
Ooh.
Now I get to talk to the
okay.
crowd. You, sir, are a piece of shit, and you, sir, are a piece of shit, and I back that bloke. He deserves everything. And fuck you, bitch. That's hectic.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the basic love story of DayZ. That's how it is in DayZ.
Well,
Mhm.
yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations in case you are the father.
That's it. Baby
Yeah,
lottery.
on a on the baby lottery. Oh, she'd be over to here. Jeez, Lemons, you got to come up with a better story than that
Hang
one.
on.
I'm at a loss of words, honestly. I don't know how to follow that one up.
That's it.
Yeah, no pressure or
I'm
anything.
still kind of
but
processing what I
hey,
just heard.
were you one of the ones that were 12 deep or not?
It wasn't 12 deep.
More like 3 deep?
Yeah, it was more. It was a small one. I had a group of people a while back on official I used to run with, and like we were total strangers. Like we didn't know each other. We just like we logged in and ran in and went for a run, and all of us slowly just started to get more and more injured one by one. The more we moved inland, like one of them broke their legs. The other guy was getting sick. Like we were all just like dying. It was terrible. Like we, and then basically, we made the decision to put each other down.
Oh, the ultimate love.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because you know what? We were like, if we
crouched in a
can't live with each
circle.
other in this world, we have to live with each other in the next, and make sure that happens. So we had
Yeah.
we had a single
Like,
revolver, and we made some good work with it.
what's that one? Was it Waco? Like Waco? Is that like that?
I don't know what Waco
No.
is.
Okay, no. I don't know like that. Isn't that the...
Are you trying to talk
That-
about the Waco, Texas massacre?
Is that the cult? Isn't that the cult? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Someone says,
That was a
Okay.
love story. Beautiful love story.
Brandon
You can watch on
says,
Netflix.
laugh out loud, no, that's Texas. So, I think you're in the wrong there.
And the best
well,
part of the
okay.
story was, I got 2 free meals at the end of the day.
Oh,
Oh, you ate them, did you?
Oh yeah, so they could always be with me,
Yeah. Right, so they all died and you actually continued on your journey, did you?
Yeah, I made them believe, it was gonna be like a suicide pact sort of thing, and then I guess they really trusted me.
that's,
You taught them a DayZ lesson that day. about
yeah.
That's it. You could say
loving someone in
he got
DayZ.
he got ahead of him.
He definitely got ahead of him.
I think I got killed in Northwest Airfield, so it went full circle.
Karma. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, karma seems to be a living, breathing thing in DayZ, that's for sure. Yes. Well,
100%.
yeah, so I found this random streamer. His name was Fresh Z. Actually, it turned out to be I was searching for console streams, but it turned out he was PC, but he was a console streamer. And he watches console streamers. He was actually, he dropped a name. He said he was watching Scrubby the other day. He's like,
Oh, yeah, the
I
Scrubby
just
Tsunami.
was searching through. Yeah, and he gave him a big shout out. Yeah, he was like, hey, it was yeah, really impressed with his content and everything. So Scrubby, if you're listening, you fan out there. And anyway, so this guy, right? Okay, so here's his love story. So he was in a Discord that was well, he was Okay, he's PlayStation. He's Team Blue. Hold that against him. Love all our console fam. But yeah, so just to put that little disclaimer in there. Yeah, so he was in a Discord for a group of servers. Server owner owns PC servers and a PlayStation server. Anyway, so the PlayStation server was popular but eventually died off, and he was actually the last remaining player on the PlayStation one. But he had been so interactive with the Discord, with everyone in there, and made just, some online friends and stuff with the PC peeps. Anyway, he was going to say, go fam, this, server's shutting down. I'm the last player on there, and yeah, because the server owner was going to just close it off and just have his PC servers. He's like, well, it's a sad day. I've got to leave you all. And anyway, the PC peeps in there said, "Nah, we don't want to lose you." They all got together and all brought parts of a PC, then had it put together and shipped it to him
Shit.
so that they could play with him. Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
hectic.
then that's how we moved to PC. I know, right? I know. And I thought, now that's a love story.
That's
Like,
hectic.
these are just peeps that just connecting
Randoms.
over just Discord. Yeah, they hadn't even played with him. They were just because he'd been so active in the Discord for so long and built up that bond, and yeah, it's yeah. So they didn't want to lose him, and all came together as a community and made him a PC.
So dragged him on, got him into the dark side of
Yep.
DayZ. Terrible people they are. Terrible.
Yeah, disgusting.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really making friends in not and wanting to play with someone full time, and everyone pitching together to get him a PC.
Yeah, exactly. And it just goes to show that what we've always talked about is the DayZ community is definitely unlike any other out there, and that these are the types of things that we do. We all come together as a community and support each other regardless of the platform that you're on.
100%.
Someone out there in the community that's willing to help. Yeah.
It is definitely a big merge.
Is. And that's my business for today.
The biz? Too easy.
Thank you.
Mr.
That's
Q,
my biz.
any questions for the
Yeah,
panel?
Q.
And that's a business.
All right. Well, we'll start with questions for the panel, shall we? So, lately we all know there's been a big change of melee and infected, and I've been thinking, a good question for you fellas is, what's your favourite weapons to use against the infected, and or why? Like, if you choose a sledge,
Hello,
do you
Missy.
choose a knife over a sledge for weight, or you choose a sledge because I like using it because it puts people to sleep as well as deal with the zombies? What's your favourite melee weapons?
Mine has to be the fireman's axe, just because it outcosts. That's about it. Yeah. All close the zombies.
I mean,
Does does
I'd
pretty
have to
good
agree
against
with that,
humans too.
honestly.
You know.
It's got pretty good shock damage.
well, that's true. This is one of the only weapons that'll one-shot zombies now as well.
Yeah. It's basically a sharp sledgehammer, like with the damage.
Mm.
Yeah,
Do,
it
do,
does big damage too.
do we agree with how they've changed it now? So there used to be what 2 or 3 different weapons that would one-shot zombies, and now there's only one. Was that a decent nerf or a buff?
Um, I don't know. I remember like the shovel was pretty good back in the day, like without Oko, like humans, you know. Definitely different since years ago.
Well, that's a good point because I remember there was only the one thing that would one hit uncon people was the shovel, and people loved it. When they took it away, there was quite a bit of an uproar. And
Oh, I
I've seen
fucking love
noticed
the
that.
shovel.
Well,
That
yeah,
was a
but
sad
a
day,
lot of
sorry.
people
Yeah.
no, a lot of people don't realise that now we've got 2 items that'll one shot knock people out, but I don't think it really gets used as often as what it should.
It's because the shovel was just because it was a shovel. That's what made it so good.
Well, that's it. The shovel,
know?
the shovel meta was, got really out of hand. It turned a lot of players off. They come to the coast, get rushed by a freshie, knocked out, and then get robbed and all their shit stolen. But you can do it now.
Also, those
No
those
problems
mesh
at all.
barriers, those mesh barriers was you could fill them up back in the day too.
Oh,
Remember those
yeah.
portable mesh barriers?
Yep.
I missed that.
Oh,
That's,
Basketball
yeah.
that's
boxes.
another.
Yeah.
Some servers have them in. I think they're bugged, but
Hmm. There's a lot of things bugged at the moment. But that's my short and sweet question for you today. Because Q's itching to get into his
his
news.
business.
Business.
So
He has to stand
we-
up on his chair.
we we're gonna have a little story time with Q today. So as we all know, Q loves role players Oasis. He has for years and years, and we're waiting on the opening of their new RP server, the Lords of Livonia, which is going to be, I believe, one of the best medieval servers out. So I think for the next couple of weeks, I'll be touching on some of the lore and some of the different roles and things like that you can do. So this week I want to touch on the base lore, so what it's about.
Obscure Menace,
All right.
welcome, welcome.
So the role players Oasis, the Lords of Livonia, in the year 308, utter collapse. After collapse, the echoes of a bygone era whisper through the ruins of Livonia. Long before our time, an alliance of diverse cultures flourished. Their collective knowledge, a beacon of progress. The Northmen, renowned for their prowess in craftsmanship and engineering, were the heart of this alliance. Legacy endures in the relics scattered across the lands. Formidable weaponry, ironclad chariots, and towering structures linked by metallic artilleries, all shrouded in mystery since the Great Downfall. It is told that ambition outgrew their reverence for nature, leading them down a path of ruin. Uzak Xil, a sorcerer of dark repute, rose to power, championing a crusade against the technological marvels of the Northmen. His might was so unmatched, his sorcery so potent, that he entombed entire cities under a veil of corruption, unleashing a blight that eradicated the Northmen and sealed away their wisdom for eternity. The sorcerer's reign was fleeting, and nature reclaimed her domain. Yet the zealots of Uzak's dark order lingered, savage guardians of the fallen empire, repelling any who dared to settle in the forsaken lands. For years the valley lay dormant, until whispers of resurgence began to stir. Near Valley, once a remote outpost, now stands at the precipice of a new age. The lord of these lands, once a mere footnote in the court's chronicles, has cast aside the chains of command and declared himself the sovereign of the forgotten empire. Word has spread like wildfire. Livonia's heart beats once more. ready to welcome those brave enough to forge their destiny. Nobles without lands, warriors for hire, common folk yearning for freedom are all called to the valley's embrace. The promise of a new dawn awaits. Claim your legacy and rise among the sovereigns of Livonia. Thus is
Beautiful.
the first
You didn't
story of
write-
the lore.
You didn't write that.
No,
No
you're
fucking
right.
way did you write that. You fucking cheat.
No, I didn't write that. No, but it's a good glimpse for the start of the Lords of Livonia. It'll be I think it's going to be an epic season for Role Players Oasis,
Yeah, it's
and I recommend anyone get in there early. I think we're still a couple of weeks away from opening.
August 5th or September 5th.
I think
one of
August
those.
5th is what he's looking at, but a lot of it depends on the laws bot coming through and him finishing off a lot of the
Quest
quests in the Discord first.
Yeah, full medieval server. Everything, like even the roads done in cobblestone. Livonia map. It's gonna be crazy. Keen as.
It will be.
Ooh,
All right, Mr. Q done his
oh,
business.
well done.
Mr. Noah,
Thank you.
you have any questions you want to say or any business you want to talk about?
Yes, I do.
You're a bit
So,
distant.
I wanna
Turn your mic, put it near your mouth.
Oh, Entschuldige, is that better?
That's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, I want to agree with HXC Adventures. Can you read me bedtime stories?
Yes, Noah, for a fee.
That's it.
Well, can you read HXC Adventures bedtime stories?
Again, yes, for a fee.
Oh, you're like a bedtime prostitute, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I'll take priority in all servers, all right? Priority queue in all servers for bedtime stories.
That's it.
Ooh,
There you go. You
nice.
offering get him in the priority queue and you get a bedtime story read to you. Beautiful service.
Actually, you could be on to something like that. You could say, I'll read your bedtime story on the podcast if you give me priority queue. You can totally swing this, my friend.
Yep, keep going, Mr. Noah.
Tutorial.
Yeah.
Here, take a pill first. Make you feel happy. At least it makes
No, thank you.
feel
Thank you,
happy.
good sir.
What was your name again? I missed that at the first time. Sorry about that.
It's
Oh
heavy
my fucking
hustle.
god.
Sorry, what? Couldn't hear that over them talking. I don't press out that.
What do you mean, them?
What?
The name is Heavy Hustle.
AKA Pate.
Oh yeah,
Pate, what
Pate.
was it?
Earned a nickname today.
Yeah.
Oh, Pate. I'm just gonna call you Pate because that seems easier. Yeah, so. A good pill. Anyway, so just in DayZ, right? Imagine like one night you were drunk and you were like out with your friends and then you stole a street sign that you don't even need it, you don't even want it, but you got it and now it's lying in the corner. You don't know what to do with it. What would you do with it? How would you get rid of it?
Okay, so
This isn't
I
a
don't think I would get rid
DayZ
of
story.
it.
This is a personal
think I'll-
story. I guess.
I don't think I'd get rid of it. I think I'll put it in my backyard and just keep it. You know?
It looks shit. It's not even a cool one. It's just a Umleitung.
Can I ask a question,
you can-
Noah?
you can
What
get a
does the
different
sign
one.
say?
It says Umleitung.
Yeah, well, what is that in English?
Oh fucking hell! It's like a sign that says, "Oh, you can't drive here. You gotta take it other way."
Oh yeah, like the wrong way.
So you gotta
Wrong
get
way
one
sign.
that
Yeah,
you gotta get a bigger
bedroom.
one.
Hmm.
Oh,
Bedroom
shit.
door.
I hate them.
Like
Oh, our
like
head
go to your
disappeared.
liquor store. go to your liquor store and take one of their signs right after one. Cooler one.
And we don't have liquor stores. We have supermarkets where they sell the shit. Kind of boring. Anyway, that's my question, Pate. Take another pill. They probably make you feel good.
All right, did you
Okay.
done with
Anyway,
your questions?
I tested this out as a nurse.
No, I have
took plenty of these
questions
before.
for I hope this is lemon. This is lemons.
Yeah.
I know
Yes,
your
it's
name.
lemons.
It is lemonade.
Yep.
I gotta take a pill too. Yeah, what would you do? Sign.
What's the question?
The sign. What would you do with
He
the
didn't
sign?
have the
you know?
whole question.
Like you and DayZ walking around with your mates, you know, you've been drunk as fuck all night.
He disconnected. You
sign
might have to
and you-
tell him.
Alright, yeah. So you're drunk as fuck, you know, you're walking with your mates and you see that sign in DayZ and you think, that's a nice sign, I'll take that. And you just take it. And then you don't want it anymore. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna throw it away? What would...
Uh-huh. That's a good question.
Do you enjoy the pills?
I'm just going to leave that open-ended for the
That's
audience
it,
to
that's
decide.
it. He doesn't want to be involved in your criminal acts, all right? He doesn't want to be involved in your criminal acts.
I think criminal. I don't even know what criminal is. Next question. For you both of you. Sparkling water. Perfect. Alright, next question.
Wait, what?
Question from
But
the
they always
Queen.
do.
Just to interrupt, if you could have a onesie in DayZ, which one would it be? Or what would it be? That goes out to our lemons and our hustle.
Let's get a DayZ onesie.
Okay. So I have this thing where I dress up as Captain Crunch on stream sometimes. So it had to be a onesie of Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah, the
I
cereal
think
guy.
that's a cereal in America. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a cereal.
Cereal. Yep. I don't know what the character looks like. Is it like Powdered Toast Man? And only the old people laugh.
He kind of looks like Noah,
I didn't laugh. I did laugh.
No, you didn't. You saw it because I sent a clip to you. Got a
Yep,
suit.
totally.
All right. Well, that's the round of questions done and dusted. Our group conversation this week is something that's pestered a lot of people in DayZ, and that's the crafting and repairing items system in the game. Want to throw a few questions out, you get your opinions. First of all, does crafting get used enough in official or in the base game?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of items that don't get used, but for the main thing, crafting definitely does, because you're always repairing shoes, clothing. You know, you're making campfires. But then there are things that don't, like the fish traps, snare traps. You know, there are things that they're put in for crafting that just don't really get used.
Yeah, 100%. Like, how many people have caught a rabbit with a snare trap? Have any of you guys
No,
done
never.
it? I've never done it.
I have.
I've been with someone that's done it. I've watched someone do it. And they did it. And I watched. And then, yeah, we got a rabbit. I'm like, oh. Did I do it? No.
No,
I watched.
you were just a succubus of
Bystander.
capturing.
Succubus.
You know, I think
My group actually named it Thumper. We kept the bunny in our base for like 10 days.
What? One of the dead
Yeah.
ones just left it in there.
Yeah, just we're like, where's Thumper? We named him and everything.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
Get
do you
But yeah,
think...
but then someone ate him.
Oh,
Thumper.
ate a 10-day-old rabbit.
Gaz says he's done it just once.
Is it because it takes so long? Like, who's sitting around for 20 minutes, 25 minutes waiting for it to catch in the snare?
I don't know. You know what? I don't think it's that. I think it's out of I think it's more out of necessity. Okay, so hear me out. Let's say if you're new to the game, and you're learning, you're like, oh, my character's freezing. Even if you did a Google search, it would say make a fire, get a buff. You go, cool. And then your character's hungry. It'll say, hey, there's fruit, like there's fruit from the trees, or go fishing. Like those things are very evident to do, where making snares and stuff isn't very, like, it's not a necessity. You know what I mean? And it's not very evident. It's something that,
Yeah, there's no indication that, hey, you should put a snare here.
yeah, there's no
Hmm.
no real reason to, you know what I mean? Like it's not like you have to do it to survive. It's just like another extra thing. Whereas, fishing and things like that are more, I don't know. Do you understand? I don't know if I'm saying it right. You know what I mean, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's
No,
something that we
I get
forget.
that.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. I don't think that it's like at the front of our brains to think to do that, because there's so many other easier options first to get fed.
100%. I don't think, oh
That's
shit,
going to
I
feed you a
quickly
lot
just
better.
got to do a snare trap and catch a rabbit because I'm going to run out of food now.
Well, not only that, but
Yeah.
if you're sitting there starving and you need food, you're not sitting around for 20 minutes waiting for a rabbit to come into that snare.
That's it.
For the minimal
Yeah.
calories that you get from it.
That's right. You're going to go around, pick up some fruit, and even fishing is heaps quicker than that. I mean, you could fish and catch like 10 fish and gut them and cook them in that same time.
Yep.
So, yeah.
What do you got to add to that, Mr. Noah?
Yeah, right. So um, wait, did someone ever say, fuck, shit, I'm prepared. Oh, fuck. So did you guys ever say, talking about changing crafting or whatever, the system, whatever?
That's what.
I don't know,
Yeah.
or upgrading. Well, like at the moment you just can't combine two things like a rope and a stick and make a fishing rod. But if you would add another thing, a third thing to that, it would change the whole fucking crafting system, and they would have to rebuild that whole thing. Or does so
Mhm.
you know what I mean? You don't know what I mean.
Like,
I don't even know
you need
what
a
I mean.
lure or something, and then that adds in an extra
No,
layer.
no. You can only craft with 2 items. You can't craft with 3 items.
Yeah, he's talking about
Yeah.
multiple item crafting, so
Oh.
putting a stick and a rock together
Yeah.
rather than a stick, rock,
So
and a rope.
if you if you want to advance a crafting system thing, they would have to change the whole thing, and I don't think they're gonna do that. Nah,
Oh, I
not
don't know.
yet.
Well, I mean,
Not
we
yet.
do have the improvised gas mask filters where you have to use the cut off water bottle and then mix that with the mask, and then you have to add the charcoal tablets to it. So that one
Yeah,
has
but
like
I
a few
mean,
different.
the improvised filter is made out of a bottle, a filter, and out of duct tape. But you only need a bottle and a filter. Where's the duct tape at? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
if you
right.
look at
filter,
it,
a bottle and a...
Multi-crafting.
Yeah.
Multi-crafting. Yeah,
yeah,
multi-item crafting
if
at
they
once.
if they wanted to add that stuff, they would have to like rebuild the whole crafting system, and that would make it just more difficult. And I don't know.
No,
I like the
Yeah, I get what
I
you're
like the
saying.
crafting how it is now.
definitely true. Well, that takes us back to the Warbear's comment about the generator being obsolete. Are the generators, cables, spotlights, and Christmas lights even needed in the game? And apart from making lights, are they usable for anything?
No,
I mean,
I
the
mean,
generators, you know, they're like for the car
who-
batteries and truck batteries, good. But that's
Yeah,
it.
but
A Christmas light,
whoever-
fuck that.
whoever really does recharge their batteries, because it's so easy just to go out and loot another one rather than recharge one.
Or if you
Yeah,
drive
if
your
you don't want
car
to have
off,
to carry
true.
that around.
you just chuck it in your inventory, log off, and then log back in. The battery charge hasn't gone down.
I think it'd be nice if we could use like the lights in the generators for like agriculture, and like, you know, maybe there's a bonus for growing stuff and like crops and stuff, because then there'd be like an actual use behind it, you know?
Oh, in the
Ooh.
greenhouses. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a nice
yeah,
idea.
stuff like that.
Then we
Like
can
some
make
grow
some
lights.
Little hydro setup.
That's it,
Yeah.
got hydro set up in the fucking... Is it not dirty got
Yeah, that's
raided?
pretty sweet
Dirty
idea.
that your crop got stolen from your hydro setup.
I tell you what, that would actually be a freaking sweet. You should actually drop that. That would be sweet on the new map, considering it's like winter, that you could be inside and have a hydro set up. Fuck yeah.
Well, I think Rust did something like that recently. Like one of their last updates, they added like that kind of system.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they've already got
Yeah.
the auto sprinklers that go inside and stuff like that. And the
Do you
lights that
think
you
it'll
can grow
produce
in.
heat for like the winter map? You know, that'd be cool too.
That'd be, well, just concentrated light. You just stand in like 10 lights and just cook yourself.
No, like the generator. you know?
Oh, the generators
one.
and stuff. I don't know. Portable
Or
heaters.
what if we could use like a heat lamp, you know, to warm a room or an area that might be cold, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, a little portable heater wouldn't go astray.
that's it. But they definitely don't get
Well, I mean-
used often at all.
I mean, it depends on the server you're playing on. Because I mean, I know a lot of RP servers, and when you're just making fat bases, and you're having long nights, you definitely got a lot of lights going. You definitely use generators and lights. Then I know I used to.
Yeah, well, Gas said...
The issue is
he
that they're
sees
so
it for
laggy,
PV
you know, like they're really
servers.
not optimized.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Mm.
The shadowing and the lights that they throw off just chew your server.
Yeah, like even on next gen consoles, like it's like completely unoptimized. Like you can barely run in. Like if you've got a place with like more than 3 or 4 of those complex lights, like your frame rate just drops. So that
Yeah.
turns people off without even wanting to use them in the first place.
100%. Yeah, it's just one of those little things that's in the game that doesn't get rarely used, but you see them everywhere. Do community servers do the crafting or use crafting better than official?
Well, the community
I think
servers I
it's-
play, it's usually more, PvP. So, yeah, I don't know. So I can't speak on I don't play many PvE ones. Although, yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Probably.
it's definitely, it's like Misfit says, it does really depend on the server. It does. I mean, official more so a lot of crafting, because you see a whole lot of the little improvised shelters crafted up for stashes and that a lot.
That's true, yep. And a lot more
Yeah,
rag
true.
clothes, like gloves and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Socks, as Noah puts them.
Slippers.
Yeah, well,
Yes,
as
Noah, say it.
Misfit says, CHF, I use a lot of crafting in that. I
Well,
think,
I think hardcore servers, you kind of have to.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
hardcore service is the only spot you can really get the full taste of, the crafting side of DayZ. Like it's full elements. Like you run HXC and you have to start off. Like that starts off with the ED vibe. We got a tool to mine stones and then do the whole process of trying to get yourself going.
And even then, again, saying, like, it's hard enough to build bases on a server like that, so you do create a lot of improvised shelters.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And I guess as well, like if you're on a server where there's like no base rating or only base rating on weekends or something, then you're feeling pretty comfortable in your base to use things like lights and generators and like that sort of thing as well. Just going back to the lights and generator thing, but yeah. So yeah, definitely depends on the server.
Yeah. And that's, of course, where Christmas lights too. I guess once you get to a stage where you're secure and then you start to decorate.
Yeah.
You see, I've never ever once in my coming up 3.5, 4 years of playing this game, never once have I used Christmas lights.
Yeah, I've used them. Only just to find out how to
forget
put them
about
on them and do them. Like, I was amazed you could hook a cable to them and then run that cable to the generator. And yeah, the light system, I think the electronic system itself doesn't get utilised enough, especially with generators and stuff. Fridges, that sort of run through.
Didn't they, when they had the 10-year anniversary, remember they set up tents everywhere and they had the Christmas lights on the tents. Didn't they brighten them, or was that just me? I thought they just seemed bright up because remember they were really dull. It was like,
I think
what's the point?
I think they just graphically did it. I don't think there was no generators involved. One of those fancy things
true.
they put in with like glowing sea chests that we can't touch.
Because that's the thing. I'd probably use Christmas lights more if, like, number one, we could hang them in more places.
Yep.
We can only put them on tents, right? So, I mean, if you could, decorate a house or put them up somewhere, I think people would use them more. And if they were brighter,
String them across a road.
they're yeah, exactly. Because at the moment they're pretty pissy
Yeah.
to look at. They're not great to look at. They're
They're not
nothing special.
wow, look at my Christmas lights. They're like, bunch of Christmas lights. Leave that on the ground.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
surely go.
exactly.
Or on base walls,
Surely
100%.
go.
Yeah, far away now.
Yeah. I think Christmas lights is just one of the items that adds to the game. That adds to DayZ. You know what I mean? You find, like, let's say weed. You find weed and think, oh, look at that shit, it's fucking weed, yeah, I'm gonna take that and carry that until I die. Something like that. It's just some item that adds to the game.
So you're
Makes
saying
DayZ what it is.
the Christmas lights adds to the realistic or the realism to...
That's all I'm saying. It's a pretty useless fucking item and no one uses it, but it just adds to the game and it's nice to have. Yeah.
You just like
It's like
carrying it around.
It's like the $500 bag you have, or whatever, if you even have a $500 bag, you know what I mean? Nice to have, but you don't fucking need it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I tell you what,
Useless item.
we should be able to tie people up with it.
Yeah, 100%. And then
Oh, imagine if you could tie someone up with Christmas lights and like sit them in the middle of a road and they're like, and the lights are bright flashing and you like got them tied up with that.
take some...
I mean, that's the sort
long
of shit we
time.
should be able to do.
100%.
Yeah.
That's funny as.
Sorry, I also want to say to the crafting thing, like just imagine DayZ with the Rust crafting system or whatever. That wouldn't work, that wouldn't make DayZ what it is.
No.
And I really think they're gonna add new stuff to craft with the new map, probably a bow. I say they're gonna add a bow too.
Yep.
That's smart. I bet they're gonna add a bow. And new hats or whatever, new leather stuff, some shit like that. But it's hard to find stuff to actually craft. I imagine it quite hard. Like what would you add to craft? I don't fucking know what I would add.
Probably the only
you think
thing...
it's...
And
The only-
stews.
leather stuff. All the leather gear.
I mean,
And have that as the
Isn't
Yeah,
maximum.
leather
Some
gear.
people
Yeah.
craft a nail bomb, or like a pipe bomb or something.
Yeah. Improvised
Ooh.
shotgun
Yeah,
with
right.
nails.
yeah, but
Or
that's the
blunderbuss.
thing that's where the thing where you can only combine two things to craft comes in. Are you gonna combine nails with a pipe and make a pipe shotgun out of that? And, I don't know. doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, or you could make the ammunition and then make the pipe gun.
Yeah, well,
Well,
that's
you
still
need-
quite
You need a
simple.
lot
You
of
know,
stuff to make him.
Well, it's an
I've
improvised
seen
gun.
some PC mods do it where I've seen some PC mods do it where like you can craft different parts, and then because they're still separate items, you then craft those together to make the main gun.
Yeah.
So you would
Yeah,
craft
that
like
makes sense.
the lower receiver, you'd craft like the upper receiver, the barrel, and then you would combine that all together by crafting those two items together. So it could work like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I would say that's too much work for the DayZ devs.
Oh, you don't know what's in the pipe works.
Actually, that's maybe it's too much work for the players. Like,
Yeah.
if you're thinking about, like,
who's gonna
if
figure
you're
all that
thinking
shit
about,
out, right?
Yeah, if you're thinking about with Rust, right? If that's what we're comparing it to, like the way that they can make their bases, they can make them so they can lock that shit down. Like, they can make them so secure. There's more places on there where you can scrounge and get parts and things like that. Like when you think about the life of a character on DayZ, I mean, you would really have to avoid everyone to be able to go around and collect heaps of parts to make something. And I think is that reason why we don't need we don't have much parts required to craft things and have more simple craft, because the fact is the chances of you actually surviving out there for a long period of time to be able to get everything together, craft it all, blah blah, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a different game setup. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. Because,
We just don't live long enough. It's too hardcore on the survival.
Yeah. Food, more
And we
worried
don't
about
have
food and
very
that rather
tight-
than collecting bits of guns like they do on 7 Days to Die. That's a good example of the parts mechanisms and adding them together.
Yeah.
Gaz does say attach a generator to a fence with barbed wire and it electrifies it. Be a good idea. Be a good base. Means you have to have your generator running all the time. Keep people logging back into their base to top up their bases. That'd be a
Yeah, if we
good
had
one
more
too.
probably involved in bases to keep things more secure, you'd probably have that more time. You know what I mean? To like you could, keep everything a little bit more safer in your base as you go out and collect it, and then, to craft it and things like that. But our base is really, it's a fence. Come on, we're just putting a
Well,
timber fence around us, people, and calling it a base.
100%. Base building
Timber
is
square.
part of the crafting element, but how does it need to be improved?
I think they just need to go back to the old school sleds raiding. That way raiding's a lot harder than what it used to be, because now raiding just destroys the whole point of building a base. It's far too easy.
Yep.
Yeah, way too easy.
That's why I don't understand why people play Rust. It's so easy to raid someone in Rust. Why the fuck are you spending all your time on Rust? You build a base and then you go to sleep for 2 hours, wake up and your base is gone. Why are you doing this to yourself?
You're not
Yeah, but the
making a
problem is-
base very well then.
But the problem is, Noah, it's the same as DayZ. On official, if you go make a base on official, you log off for the night, you log back in the next day, guarantee you that base has been wiped to the point where all your poles are even dug up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just get drunk with my mates
it
and
never
yeah, I don't
existed.
fucking know.
Yep. Like other survival games, should DayZ implement a base building tier system? So the more you build, the better skills you get, the better defensive structures you can make.
I think
Yeah,
that's
correct.
definitely.
Because you can add like the metal panels and plates and stuff like that. Like there are different tiers to building like a base, but if they could build on like the soft skills somehow and give us more of a way to take advantage of that, that might be nice.
Yeah, well, they need to fix the soft skill as it is. I don't think the soft skill should wipe on resets. You should be able to keep that permanently until you die.
I think
Yep.
some what did you say was it again? Some skills system thing or
Soft
whatever.
skill.
That would make PvP quite interesting too, Like imagine you get better by using guns, because you don't know how the fuck to use a gun. You just spawn in. If you're not American, or so. Nothing against the Americans, just saying. And you know, you
Yeah, they're
spawn in,
bored
you don't know
knowing how to use
anything
one.
about guns, you don't know how to use guns, but then after some time you use them and you start to learn how to use them, and same with base building. You suck at base building, but then you learn to build bases, whatever. And
Yeah.
then you meet up with your mates that just spawn in and they still suck at everything, and then kind of take care of them because they're still shit at stuff. Whatever.
But no, you're right. If they had like a soft skill system, maybe you reload faster. Maybe you can, medical wise, you bandage yourself, you treat yourself medically better. There's a lot of elements
better
they
and
could put
faster.
a tier system into where you don't necessarily need to have a point system or anything. You just do it and go, oh, look at this. I've noticed I've reloaded faster, or you know, I can load a mag faster into my gun, or I could draw a gun out, or all of a sudden there's now an option for metal walls with peepholes in them rather than just metal walls.
Agree, didn't you
Yeah.
once told something about the DayZ, the very old DayZ versions where when you cut trees for a couple of hours, you get better at that, and the restart just wipes that or whatever.
Yeah, so the soft skill,
Yeah,
I
just
think it
soft
still
skills.
works the
Yeah.
same. So if you chop trees down and enough trees down and then put them into the ground, you'll build your soft skill up. But as soon as you build a fence, it wipes it out because technically that's the same as the other side of it. So there's a building side of it and there's a sewing side of it. So the idea originally was that you could build your building skill up and be an expert at crafting. You know, you'd get 4 or 5 logs per tree rather than 2. You would be able to code lock faster, turn your code lock fast as, and you'll get more resources from when you'd mine or whatever. But then on the opposite side is your sewing skill. So you would actually, at full maximum capacity, be able to make something back to pristine. So whether it was a gun or clothing or outfit, that was the idea of it. But if you build a base, as soon as you planted one fence in and then put an actual wall up, it would wipe all your progression. So that's why they eventually
That's
took it
stupid.
out.
Yeah, think of the heartbreaks when you like when you
Yeah.
get your skill all the way up and then you die. Just like
Yeah. Or
The
It's not
heartbreak.
even dying. It's old server reset. It resets.
yeah, restart used to wipe it back out. So in the
Yeah,
old
it still does.
yeah, in the early days, we used to have someone assigned to wall construction, someone assigned to log gathering, someone assigned to pole putting in, and that way you could have the efficiency. So the person cutting down trees would get, you know, as you get down, you get 3 now, and they'd come out slowly. It used to chop the tree down and dump it all on the ground at once. So you would only get 1 or 2 logs, but if you had the skill right up, you'd get double. So you get double the planks when you cut them, double the logs off a tree when you cut it down, the whole kit and caboodle. So there's an element there that can be used. It just needs to be restructured.
I don't know why they've just left soft skills and ignore them like they don't exist.
I think they're too fiddly. I think they're going to count in every action that's in the game, and they can't. As the same with the building, they got stuck with the building. Like as soon as you built the wall, it attributed to the sewing skill, but you put the posts in, and that attributed to the building skill. So they could never work out how to correct that part without, I guess, rewriting the whole script.
Why wouldn't they then just remove it and remove the things that it does inside the server to help remove a little bit of lag?
I
Why keep it in?
I got no idea. I don't
You
know
know?
how much of it affects the server performance. Be good to find out if the soft skill itself does affect server performance and obviously keeping the player stat and the tick over. Definitely an interesting little run. My final question for the group discussion is, with the coming updates, will we see more integration with animals and crafting? And what items do you think you will see? So for the wolf hat that's already been shown, what other items? We've got a fox coming out, a reindeer, a rabbit. There's the multiple of deers, cows, the pigs, the bears. Do you think they'll integrate more animals into the crafting system?
Maybe they'll bring in more like traps, snares and things like that. So
Oh,
because
yeah.
now we're actually going to see the bunnies, and then we've got the little foxes as well. Yeah, so I think that a little bit more focus on that would be cool, and actually being able to sit in a bush and watch the animal, go up and get. Not to, I don't mean this in a gore way, but watch it get trapped. I just mean at the moment, it's like with the bunny stairs. I mean, it's like you have to look away. You have to set the trap, turn your back, wait for the abracadabra, and the next minute you've got
That's
a
it.
bunny. You know what I mean?
The
Like
stage prompt
you can't
bloke
look at
runs
it.
out and drops the rabbit there and runs back off stage so you don't get to see him. Someone imaginarily drops it off.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's dead. It's in
exactly.
the snare, but it's dead.
Yeah. So I think that would be good, and also as well what would have to come into it, like when we used to blow up animals, with grenades, bruv, when we went through that stage. But the thing is, it destroys the animal. You don't get much meat.
Yep.
So, I mean, that would have to come into consideration as well. Like, if you get a really nice, perfect, clean shot, less damage, will you have a chance then of having more pristine rather than badly damaged or what have you, depending on how you kill the animal.
But depending on how it's destroyed, whether you blast them with nades or
Yeah.
precision shot with a 22.
Yeah, exactly. So less damage than, on killing like the wolf or whatever would make sense because, you can't get the headgear if you're going to fucking throw a grenade at it.
Yeah, that's right. You don't get it. That's it.
Yeah, so I'd like to see that. I think hopefully that's considered.
And
Maybe,
even and
maybe
it
running.
represent too.
And horses too. It'd be cool to get horses or something.
Oh,
Ride a
yeah.
horse.
Get the horse going. Well, it is the
Yeah,
technically the transport that we would go back to.
So, being as we're going to be able to make a wolf's headdress of that now, what I would love to see is be able to use the netting and use it on like a moose pelt or a bear pelt and create a moose gilly or a bear gilly that'll keep you warmer in the freezing cold condition.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
I think Noah agrees.
Like a shawl.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like a poncho, actually. Maybe
poncho
there's like
style.
a poncho. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
A moo.
A moo-moo.
Cape. A
What?
cape, then I could be bear man.
Look at me,
Run
bear
around
man.
saving the citizens
Bear
of Sakau.
man.
And craft yourself a coif.
That's it.
I hate the word coif.
Little
Well, actually,
question.
be like Queen. Like we'd actually be able to make onesies.
That's it.
Like Queen's question.
Be able to put onesies. We are officially able to make onesies. Run around as it. That'd be hectic. Little crafty
Sure,
system like that. Gaz actually says, do you think DayZ was too advanced for its time? Like it needs all this modern technology for its ideas they wanted 10 years ago? Good question.
10 years ago,
mean?
I didn't even know anything about this.
I
Does he
think
mean like the the more like what was like with the crafting and things like
Or
that, or
like
does he mean like just the game in general?
the game in general. Like, did it come out with too many ideas too early?
I think there were the right people working on the right game at the wrong time. You know, I'm like when you look at the original game, like going back a few years when it was still Dean Hall and Brian Hicks and the original team working on it, like this game was like Dean Hall's like prodigy. Like this was his child. You know, he put all of his blood, sweat, and tears and bringing us like from the mod to making this game. And I think that a big thing that caused a lot of issues internally and just for the game itself was the fact that he just decided to leave. You know, and he started his own company and just completely abandoned the title.
Yep.
And I think that a lot of the concepts that are in the game were ideas that he wanted to build on, but because he's gone, he never did. And nobody can think for him. So nobody knew what his
See
vision
his
was.
vision.
And we
Yeah,
unfortunately,
see his vision.
exactly. So we unfortunately lost a lot of what could have been the game we played today because he, left the team. And a lot of the original developers left actually. So it's interesting to think about that. What could have been had they actually stayed with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, how it would actually be today if they were still in.
If
That's
everyone's still
interesting.
Well, everything, like even like the door knocking zombies, like all that infected AI, all that stuff, that was all Dean Hall and his team. And unfortunately, once they left, like it's hard to pick up the pieces, and try and think of what their thought process was, because you'll never be able to exactly think of it the way they did.
Yeah, can't get into the mind of the creator. 100%. 100%.
Oh, now I really
Well,
want to see that version. Now you've got me really
See,
thinking. I really want to see. I want to see what they would have done.
Well, see, just expanding off that, and it's not only that. You look at the amount of different devs that they've had come through the company, all right? And every dev codes things a little bit differently to what another one does. So the amount of different types of code that's actually spread without DayZ is insane as well,
Yeah.
which would make it so much harder for new devs to work on following on other devs that aren't there animore's work.
Which is what the
Exactly.
soft skill issue is.
That was
Yeah.
another thing Dean was working, like that whole the whole soft skill system. Like the issue is they had a lot of good concepts and they built the foundation, but because they left, they had no one to build off, and people just kind of left it like that. Like no one picked up the mantle again to then continue the work that was being worked on. They just kind of tied off the ends and put a Band-Aid on top of it.
Yep.
Like if you really want to see
Yeah.
what it could have been, like especially for you, Smiley, like look at the old E3 videos with Dean Hall and like that dev team, because they talk about all the stuff they were working on and all the ambitions they had. Like it's so much stuff. Like they have hours of content worth of them just talking about their developments and the ambitions
What,
they
on
had
YouTube?
Yeah, on
Yeah.
YouTube. Some homework
I'm writing
for
that
you,
on a
bruv.
sticky note. I'm writing it on a sticky note.
Ooh.
A green
like
sticky note.
they're even working on
Yeah.
horses at one point.
Yep. That's where a lot of the modders of PC get some of their ideas from, of what could be and why it could be incorporated in the game.
And the worst
Well,
part
see,
is a
I
lot
look
of that
at-
content is still in the game files, but they just they don't do anything with it.
To block it out.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, see, I look at servers like CHF and think that that's a lot closer to the vision Dean Hall had to what we have now.
Yes.
I think they're just scared to change. I think that especially Adam, who's kind of like the creative director, and he makes a lot of the shots for what's going on. I think he's just afraid to make any big changes because, look at DayZ back when 0.63 came out, like that was a game-breaking time, and a lot of stuff got removed, that's when we lost a lot of those weapons that are still in the game files, and
Yep.
they got a lot of flack for that, and that was like there was a point where DayZ could have died because their numbers were like dwindling below like 6,000 players like consecutively overall on
Yep.
Steam for like a year or two. So
For a while.
for them, it could
and
just
even
be
on
it's,
console did
it's
the same
it's
thing.
a risk, Exactly.
Yeah,
So I
right,
think for
'cause if
them, it's just they don't have the original ambition that Dean did, so they don't like it's a big risk trying to do anything that's changing what the original formula was because they don't know what that original formula was.
Or how it's going to
Yeah,
be
and
perceived.
we've seen it in...
Yeah.
and because there's such a strong community now, like the community is like we're talking like players have played this for years and years and years, like, so they're probably super hyper aware of that. But yeah, and we've seen so many other games where they bring out a part 2 or make changes, and it just it legit kills the game. Like
Yep.
people fucking hate it, and they just
Yep.
go, I'm not playing it anymore.
It's
So
a
yeah,
double-edged sword, though, you know, because on one hand, when you're afraid to innovate, you know, of course there could be the negative aspect of people not liking it, but then if you never try to do anything and you're always scared to try and do more and, you know, really push the boundary, I mean, you're kind of left in a limbo where you're damned either way, you know, and
Yep.
it ends up impacting your
Yeah.
game, you know.
well, they should
100%.
bring in like what Minecraft does. They should like, you know, work out 3 different things and then, you know, put it to a community vote. Which one do you want us to bring in? You know, that would be cool. Have the community a little bit more involved in the
But I think it would
you know, the
be
direction
if
and the
they went,
decision of the game.
if DayZ went, what would you like? Better infected, soft skills, or cars? I think the community would turn around and say, "How about just do all 3?"
Yeah, you fuckers.
You know what I
The
mean?
issue too with that kind of like,
Where Minecraft
The
is
issue with
more
that
of
kind of future
adding
vote-
stuff onto it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they put so much stuff on there, but the issue is too, like, I'm not sure if you ever kept up much with those like votes back when they first started it, but a lot of them were swayed by content creators, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are upset with the developers because, you know, a lot of those votes were just because a content creator told them to do it, not because they actually wanted it in the game, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the same thing could apply to DayZ as well.
So you could get a whole heap of shit that you don't want, just because, you know, people want to, and and I'll say it, it's exactly what happened with the infected update. The infected were changed,
Yep.
or harder. Then there was a persuasion from influencers, and it was instantly changed.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. Yep. That's right. Our son stopped voting because one of them was rigged. Yep. That was the
Mhm.
Minecraft run. But anyone want to add anything more to that? Miss Noel, got your hand up?
Yeah, to wait, to earlier, you know, when Smiley was talking about animals or whatever, something like that. Yeah, make the animals more alive, you know. Now they just, you know, they spawn in and they start to scream, and then you come and fucking shoot them, and that's it. Actually, the other day, I saw a boar with a fucking bolt stuck in its side, and yeah, I don't know, was just eating grass like nothing happened, you know, with a bolt stuck in his fucking heart. I think, you know,
Wait,
make animals.
did you put the bolt in? Or was it
No.
left over from someone?
Oh no, I was just lying on a hill sniping freshies, and I saw a boar. Had a bolt stuck in the
That's
side.
cool.
But I think, you know,
Oh, it
make
was already
the
dead.
animals. Yeah, I sent you a fucking screenshot of it.
Oh, yeah, right. More homework for me to do.
But you know, make the animals a bit more alive, you know. So I don't know.
But it would just eat
Lazy animals
grass
are fucking
until
dumb.
it got annoyed with it and rubbed it out.
But there's a bolt stuck in an animal. There's a bolt stuck in a fucking boar, and it's just eating grass like nothing happened.
So I can tell you a
Yeah,
little
it's
story
difficult.
of a horse
Yeah.
run around a racetrack with a rider on it, and the irrigation system, which was rusted, gave way, and because it's curved around the inside of the track, it sprung out and connected with the front of the horse and the front of its chest, so above its front legs, and came out just before the back of its legs, and the horse stood there and ate grass until the vets come and put it down. And it basically had a 4-inch or 100 mil pipe from one end of it to the other, and it just stood there and ate grass until they put it
Wow.
down.
Fair enough. You gotta enjoy life at some point, you know, even if
Jesus.
it's a death. Yeah, fair
Well,
enough.
that's the thing about animals. People forget they are really fucking resilient.
100%. So that's, you know what, as much as you might think it's not real, that's legit. Especially a crossbow bolt into a boar, it would just, until it shook it loose or could scratch it out or died of infection,
Ah, stimmt.
that wouldn't really bother it.
It's,
Tough little buggers too.
I didn't think about that way. I don't know much about animals. I'm not a hunter.
That's what we're all.
Fucking know.
That's what we're all about here on the
Um,
podcast. We get to teach everyone everything.
I forgot what I wanted to say actually. Give me a second.
You have to make it quick.
Oh, that's something new.
Something about animals. Hey! I don't have anything. I don't have anything to fight back. And something about boars being fucking killed.
All right,
Um,
you'll have to leave it. It's
Yeah.
time for
Oh,
some
hey.
rolling. All right. So what you need to do is you need to bring your car right to the edge. And as you can see, there are infected down there. I need you to line up your car as best as possible and then step out of it.
hey.
Okay.
I can see right into your brain, Smiley. There's not much in there.
So once you're all lined up, step out of your car. Don't drive down. Yep.
Stop ringing me in the middle of the night, Noah. Jesus Christ.
What?
Where are the burlap sacks?
Okay,
Oh,
I
it's
have
not
to
in
get that
bed.
person here. Why are you invincible? Oh, invisible. I can see your car
Yeah,
thing and
that's
you having
one.
a t-shirt inside your stomach. You are a weird person, Mr. Lemonade.
All right. So what you need to do is you need to just take your hat off.
Can you see that? He's
Then
fucking
come
invisible.
across.
And you can see player car.
Hey, shut up. So look at the
sorry.
seat, so you can see get in.
Yep,
and,
yep.
And then I'll
Okay.
add. No, don't get in yet.
You got the sack.
I'll put a
You got
hood
your
over your
sack?
head, so once you look at
Give
him,
me a sack.
I'll
Put your
cover your
sack in my
head.
hand.
Then if you hold X, you should be able to jump straight in. Yep, and then you'll see the
Oh, I
car.
need this one.
That means you're
Do you
right
know
to
how to
go.
swim?
Yeah, but this is...
They took my
He's a
sack.
fucking king. He got it himself. Look at him. He did it himself. He's
I'm a pro.
Man.
I'm a
Yeah.
pro.
Mr. Lemons, where are
One
you?
missing
time
a
I
sack,
paid the
bro.
blind man.
Yep.
Exactly. That cute got it
You'll
himself.
have to take your
Oh.
mask
He got it
off.
There you go.
himself. He's a fucking pro.
Yeah, you have to take your
That's-
mask
that's
off.
how good he
And then
is.
just look at the car where it says get in, and I'll add your sack on. There you go, you weirdo. And then get in. Yep, and then you'll be able to see the car.
He's a fucking t-shirt.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, start your vehicles. And then on the count of 3, you are to try and take out as many infected as possible. You'll know you hit it because they'll explode. And we'll keep count up here. Alright, ready. 3,
Alright, 10-4.
2, 1, go!
That's alright. I'll just use the binoculars.
Oh, 11's hit straight out.
Oh, fuck.
11's got 1. Q's got 1. Q's got 2.
Wait,
Two.
who's Q?
Oof.
He's still alive.
I'm so confused. Who's crashing to the wall driving there?
That's Lemons.
Someone's-
Q's got 2. Lemon's got 1.
Lemonade.
Lemonade got 1. Heavy got none. Ooh.
3. Oh, yeah, he's just nudged it. He didn't actually get it.
Yep, Lemon going round, round, circle. Still can't hit him.
You suck, Lemon.
Oh, there he is. 11's crashed into it. So we'll get him to restart. Do you want to go and assassinate him, Noah?
He's still going. He's still going.
Assassinate people.
Yeah, there you go, kill him.
Oh, I would love to
Lemons
kill
is still
someone.
going. Wait.
I
He's still
think
going?
he's cheating. I think he's like watching
How
through
can he
you.
cheat?
He can see it.
Oh,
on
no,
my
no.
screen.
Because he's
He's,
watching through
yeah.
the peasant.
The car's dead
How'd
now.
How'd I do?
So you, I believe.
Cheater.
So
Shit.
you got 2. Levin's got 2, and Hustle got none.
Oh,
No,
Oh,
someone
I
got 3.
2.
Who got 3?
Yeah, I thought I got 3.
No,
Yeah,
you
I
got
thought
3.
I
got
counted
3.
You got 3?
Yeah.
All right, then we'll do.
Yeah.
I have
Now,
it right.
now go and get your car. Now you do a no blindfold, but no accelerator. No engine.
Now we get to push you.
Why am I not driving?
'Cause-
Am I not supposed to drive?
No, you're not supposed to. Anyone can
Oh,
drive.
yeah. It is.
You got no
What
idea.
am I supposed to do?
You got no idea what planet you're on.
I'm on several planets.
You ought to race down there and just go check on to make sure they're either dead and can respawn.
Yeah.
You said no down.
Trying to run me over.
Fick
dich. Fick dich. Trying to fucking run me over. Yeah, that's what you get.
Nah,
Oh,
nah,
no.
nah, nah.
Break your
Nah,
fucking
nah,
finger.
nah, nah.
Yeah, no, you would never. You don't even know
And
what
now they
running
get to
over
go
is,
down,
right?
not blindfolded, but without a spark plug or a glow plug. Just want to go grab two other. No, I just want to grab two other
Oh,
vehicles,
we
so
can-
it's easy done. Hey, don't worry
Oh,
about
what?
don't worry about spark
First,
plug.
first,
Go and
oh.
grab some vehicles.
Oh. Okay, ow. Why am I supposed to grab me? I'm confused.
So when they are ready, they can just come and jump into them. Saves the muck around.
So. I'll run you. We gotta push them down,
Yep.
put them in neutral, take the spark
If
plug.
your health's down, you can respawn if you want. So you last someone's actually.
Is that what we're doing?
Nah, it's pretty good. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
Spark out.
Can't take the spark.
Let's run.
Yeah, fucking spark. I can't.
I got one.
Because it's
I'm
running.
not capable of taking the spark
Because
plug.
it's running.
I'm a shitty engineer. I'm a shit car engineer, whatever.
Well, you gotta
It's-
turn it off
I
first,
just-
you know?
Oh, really?
Yep.
Have you ever tried pulling a
Oh, I
spark
got
plug
it.
out with the car running?
Alright, so if the drivers
Yeah.
want to hop back
Maybe I
in,
get fucking electrocuted.
this time we're going to push you down. So you can see where you're going.
Yeah,
So
I'll
far-
give you-
Lemonade.
So far, Q
Heavy,
is in the
I
lead
think,
with
right?
3.
Yeah,
Lemonade.
heavy.
Lemons has 2. And Heavy's still yet to score. So who's who?
I've got
Inviso,
one lemon.
Yeah, that was hard.
Lemons is this one?
That one needs, whoever's in the middle needs to move up a bit because they're not.
Yeah,
Oh, well, I guess it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter, but it's not a race really, is it? I guess it doesn't really matter. But...
Would you like the
It's a
spark plug
race,
to move?
alright?
It's not a
There you go.
race.
You've been spark plugged. You want to move? And Heavy's
Oh,
sitting
Q's
down.
a cheater. He got a spark plug. Look at him.
I'm just so he can move.
Cheater.
Oh, I can't even drive a car.
Stalled it. Stalled it. Never happens these days.
There you go, you can take my plug out now.
All right.
That's what she
I can
said.
be unplugged.
I push it in even deeper.
All right. Are you ready, guys, to push them? So you can see where you're going.
Yes.
Once you get to the end, it's all
Yeah,
over. There's a knife in the back if you need it. Make sure you're in neutral. All right. 3,
Put her in
2,
neutral.
1,
Yep, she's in there.
push.
Come on, Lemonade, you got this.
See, I'm back in queue, my
Push
fellow
him with all
peasant.
the
Go,
strength I
Heavy,
got.
go!
Crash into Q and stop him from driving.
Whee!
Whee!
Heavy.
1,
I-
3. I think he's uncon.
Lemonade got 4.
Lemonade got 4.
He's a shit driver. Look at him, shame. Walk of shame down here.
That's
Yeah, you
cute.
crashed.
You crashed it even though we can see. And what about
Heavy
you,
got
bro?
3, but I think he's uncon. Yeah, Heavy got 3, but I think he's uncon because his car's still alright. He might come too.
I thought it was
I
a
don't think
bloody
he's going to
zombie.
move anywhere anyway.
You did us terrible,
What?
Q. You did us terrible. a little niche.
Can I have my sleep device
Gio.
back, please?
There's a bottle of water.
Give me my jacket.
Okay.
All right.
Oh shit, there's 2 cubes. I don't know who
I
to
did it.
shoot.
I did
Who
it.
should I shoot?
So
You did do it. You
Lemons
did
is
good.
the
You
winner.
got 3.
Lemons is
oh,
the
my
winner.
jacket's ruined. Fuck.
The swine. The swine.
Yeah, lemons.
Mr. Lemons for the dub for our zombie bowling.
Ow!
So that means it's the end of the podcast. I'd like to thank Mr. Heavy Hustle for coming out.
Ow!
And of course, Mr. Lemons for joining us for our chat. You guys are always invited back for our group run every week. But now we're going to do what we do best and bash the shit out of each other.
Oh, I didn't actually get anything.
You start.
Going in with the glowy.
That's it. Run.
I don't need a tool. I just need my bare fist. to get
That's
back
it.
here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out to Mr. Heavy Hustle. Thank you, Queen Peasent, and of course, Project Lemons. You can catch Mr. Heavy Hustle over on Twitch, but you can also catch him on YouTube under the same name.
You're still awake.
There he is.
You don't know how to be
YouTube,
awake,
sorry.
Snake.
TikTok. Get out there and follow his
Like
accounts.
you.
Be all linked
Is
on
it
his
over
Twitch. But I'd
already?
like to thank you all for joining us for the
Is
Peasants
that it?
podcast. It was an absolutely wicked episode.